This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union. All right, Jeff, time to recap the fall. Good to catch up with you again. And it just seems like year in and year out, you're continuing to build the foundation for this women's tennis team. How'd the fall go and what'd you get out of it?
That was a good fall. I think we had a lot of good results all the way around. We played a bunch of tournaments, and girls were all over the place. So we had groups, small groups going here and going there. But it was a good chance for us to really kind of work with them a little more individually. And it was just great results. They did a super job in practice and competing in the tournaments. And so I feel it was exactly what the doctor ordered, kind of got us ready, getting us ready for the spring.
You mentioned a balancing act, I'm sure, with you and your staff of getting to different tournaments. How did you do that? How many did you intake yourself? And how do you go about setting your schedule to see everybody just a little bit?
Well, it was a very busy fall because we have a huge recruiting class for next year. So if we weren't traveling with the team, we had official visits or we were recruiting. So we were logging miles, in the fall. But at the same time, that's what it takes, And so I kind of went to about half of them, and Coach Lemmy went to about half, and it worked out perfectly for us.
Laura Suarez ends up getting ranked, one of your good players on this team. I was going to say singles, but they do everything here in tennis. But how did the fall go for her? And to get that recognition, what does that mean for her in this tennis program?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, I think that's the highest ranking that we have had for a singles player. And so, she did some great things. She beat some really good players, obviously, and did not lose much. So, and she's our team captain, so it really kind of set the tone to say, hey, listen, this is what hard work does. She's really improved her game a lot in the last 2 years. And so, I think the rest of the girls kind of took notice and said, hey, she's working hard and we're working hard. And so I'm going to get these kind of results too. And so It really helped.
Another player we talked a little bit off air, Ashley Bongart, went to the finals of the Dickie V Invitational. We all know who Dickie V is. Yeah, baby. What is a finals appearance and something like that do for a player regardless of who it is?
Well, it's a national caliber type of tournament. It's not just a local collegiate tournament. It's an invitational, and it's basically the SEC and ACC type teams that are playing. So it was great that we just had the opportunity to be invited, have a couple of girls to go in, and then to go and kind of make it the Liberty invite. We had Ashley reached the final and Laura reached the semifinal. Yeah. And they both knocked off the top seeds along the way, and there was big time programs that they beat. So I think it really kind of set the tone for not only what we believe in ourselves, but it also kind of showed the rest of the tennis community what we can do. Not just our conference teams, but the bigger ranked teams as well.
Jeff, when you talk about recruiting classes, and we've talked recruiting a little bit about all sports here around the world of college athletics, and go out and talk about the mission of the school and the reputation of this women's tennis team, what are you hearing from other coaches, other teams, when you go out and scatter the country for talent?
Well, I think that we've really done a good job over the last 6 years or so of establishing ourselves on a national scene, not just on a conference scene as well. And so, when I'm recruiting or out, talking to the other coaches, whether it's West Coast, East Coast, whatever it might be, they all know who Liberty is, which is great. That was one of our goals, and they also know that we're coming. Yeah. That we're climbing the rankings, we're moving forwards, we're a team to contend with, and that's what we want. We want that type of respect. I think it adds to our confidence and our belief, and helps us for our conference schedule and also for our non-conference schedule.
We'll get to that in a minute. Pardon me, I did injustice to the recruiting aspect. I said around the country. I mean, this is worldwide, and this is nothing new in 2018. When it comes to international talent, how do you cultivate it? How do you find it? What are some keys for this program to get some of those international players on campus?
Well, I think also just our results have helped us a lot with the recruiting because really the people from all over the world pay attention to what's happening in collegiate tennis, and so they know who the better teams are. They know who's moving forwards, and so that helps because they already know us, and we don't have to go and explain things to them as much as we did in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So that helps us a lot, and I think that it attracts those players to us. They're coming to us now, and then we're evaluating as opposed to us always having to search them, which makes it nice.
All right, finally, the schedule. It's always a challenging docket, non-conference, but now you get the A-Sun play, which is kind of cool. So as you kind of look at 2019, what are you excited about it? Can't mention every match, but just your thoughts on the schedule and what you developed so far.
Well, I'll give the typical answer. We're looking at that first match, but it's Wake Forest, and Wake Forest has typically been one of the best teams in the country for quite some time, top 25 type team. We're excited about that one. We're excited to go in and make an impact right away against an established program like Wake Forest. They're well coached. They've got a great group of girls there, so we're looking forward to that. Our non-conference schedule is going to be really competitive all the way through until we play our first ASUN conference matches a little bit later in the spring. But man, we're just ready to go. We just can't wait.
I'll do what I can to get some of the snow melted, okay? All right. Jeff, thanks for your time. I look forward to 2019 and what's down the road for you, okay?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.